Okay, everyone, right, here we go again. The saga of the ISO continues. So, right, I just checked this guy. This is the guy I had the conversation with the other day, and you know, he's still insisting there is a bug in this camera. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you this video. I don't know if you can see his YouTube is straight out of camera. Right, no, not straight out of the camera. It's straight out of camera. Okay, so that doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? Anyway, nor does his video, which you shall see. And he's giving you false information, basically. He's, you know, I watch this video. I suggest afterwards you pop over and, you know, tell him that he's wrong, because what he's doing, he's claiming there's a bug in this camera, and that you're going to end up sending it back or writing to Nikon saying there's something wrong with my camera, and there isn't an issue anyway. and you don't have to go through all this procedure in the first place, by the way. But I'm going to show you his video. We'll go through the video, and then we'll talk about it from there. Okay, so here we go.
In a previous video, I went over what I was calling a logic flaw in the ISO dial, but also the second half of that video was a bug that is just plain undeniably broken behavior. And this video, since I think a lot of people didn't make it to the second half, I'm just going to cover the bug, like the hard, undeniably broken functionality. And that is this. So if you're on C and you have a button bound to be able to hold down and toggle on and off ISO, watch down there. So my record button is ISO sensitivity in the custom controls menu, and I'm holding it down and the front dial is toggling on and off auto ISO. Right? Okay? Normal Nikon stuff. Lots of people have a button bound to do this. Okay? The bug is the fact that,
I don't know if anyone can explain to me, but what is this button bound? I don't know. It's a strange term. I've never heard of it. A bound button. I don't get that. Is this something I'm not aware of, or is this his own language? Because I don't know what a bound button is. A button is a button. I don't know what a bound button is. So I don't quite understand what the hell he's talking about. Let me know in the comments if you do.
As soon as you deviate away from C, you are blocked. I'm doing the same thing, but now that front dial is just controlling aperture. I'm holding down the record button just like before, but that custom control.
Now, I told him a few days ago that Nikon have already made it quite plain and clear that the ISO dial on the top does not override anything. And yet he's still claiming, I mean, I agree with him, it should do. If you turn the dial on the top of the camera, the ISO dial, that should override any ISO. I agree with him on that point. I do. But he's still not getting that it doesn't. And that is deliberate. The Nikon have done that. I don't know why they've done it, you know, but that's how it is. And he's still not understanding that, even though he's been told already. It doesn't do it. It's not a bug. It's just the way Nikon have designed the dial. They've designed it not to override auto ISO. Why? I don't know. I agree with him, it should do. It would make life easier for everyone. And hopefully they will do in a firmware update. But he's still not getting that. And he's been told this already. And yet he's still not altering his stance.
Bound button is doing nothing. And to show off more insanity is this, it's still available to you in the menu to toggle on and off auto ISO. So now it's on. And now it's back off. So they still let you do it, but the button that you have chosen to control that exact menu option is blocked for no reason. This is the bug. Like, it should not be blocked, just the fact that you deviate away from C. Certainly, it's apparent that the menu system doesn't care that you've deviated away from C. Like, the camera still lets you do it. But again, frustratingly, the button you've bound specifically to shortcut you to that menu option is blocked from you when you deviate away from C. So that's the bug that needs to be fixed. I won't get into more talk about the logic flaw that I more covered in the previous video. This is just about the the actual broken functionality. This needs to be fixed.
Okay, so there you go. Okay, now he's claiming that so what I did, I thought, well, okay, that's what he's saying. So what I will do is I will turn my camera and I will assign, I mean, you don't need to assign a button to your ISO anyway. There's no need. I don't really see why you would need to do it. But I did that anyway. I did exactly what he said. So now my red button is assigned to. It was on. Okay. So what I do now, when I press that button, if I press the front dial, okay, it turns the auto ISO on and off. Now if I hold it back and turn the back dial, it then controls my ISO. Now, I don't know what he was doing. I've no idea what he was doing. Where's the issue? What's he going on about? What's the issue? Yeah, if you hold this button down, if you turn the front dial, it just turns the ISO on or off. Okay, so you don't have to go into the menu to do that. And if you turn the back button, then that controls your ISO. So you've automatically, okay. Now I agree, it should be assigned. It should just be assigned to your dial up here. For some reason it isn't. But there you go. I mean, that it's as simple as that. If you don't want to have to go into the menu to turn your ISO on and off, then you can simply assign your button up here and it will change it via the back dial. Yeah, the front dial just simply turns it on and off. When you hold that down, that'll turn the auto ISO on or off. Okay, it's on auto now. Then if I want to do it manually, then I just turn it off. And now I can use the back dial, hold that down, use the back dial, to turn it on and off, or adjust it rather. Now, why is that a bug? I mean, that's how it's been designed by Nikon. Now, why they've designed it that way, I don't know. But for those complaining that you have to go into, well, you don't have to. There's one way where you don't have to go into the menu in order to change your ISO. But he's claiming this is a bug, when I've clearly demonstrated that's how it works. That's not a bug. That's not malfunctioning. A bug is where something is malfunctioning or not working properly. I've just clearly demonstrated how it does work, and it works fine. So this guy is talking bollocks. So I should just, I'll tell you what I'll do. I will leave a link in the description to his video, and go over there. You know, tell him he's talking bollocks, because this guy is giving you false information. He's telling you there's something wrong with your camera when there isn't anything wrong with it. So that's no good. People can't, you know, he can't be doing that. This guy is a fool. Anyway, right. Apart from that, I did get an email. There we go. I hope you can see that from Nikon, and it says we've tested our ZF unit, and that we were able to confirm the behaviour. Well, this is the email I've said about, like, the dial not overriding, blah blah blah. So they have taken notice. This means that while we have no workaround for this function, we will register a suggestion for Nikon to look into this. Rest assured, the suggestion is already passed on. I hope this information. So there you go. They do listen. They do respond, and so that's all you can do. So hopefully there will be a firmware update somewhere in the future, which will simplify, you know, this ISO issue. I mean, it clearly is an issue, because you know, there wouldn't be all this talk and discussion about it. But at the same time, you know, you've got idiots like this, like straight out of camera, who is giving you false information and claiming there's something wrong with your camera when there isn't. So get over there and tell him he's wrong and he shouldn't be doing this. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. I didn't expect to do this one either this morning, but there you go. Anyway, till the next one, have a good day.